Velvet Whisper presents. She almost ran, but he made her ream. A story written for those who remember what power sounds like when it whispers. Welcome back, my darlings. Here, in this quiet corner of shadows and story, we whisper truths dressed as fiction. Tonight, let me tell you of a girl they tried to erase, and the man who made her remember she was meant to wear a crown. Settle in, light a candle if you must, because this story doesn't ask for your attention, it claims it. Story began. They didn't want her, not really. They called her Your Highness, bowed in the hallways, addressed her with rehearsed respect. But behind the velvet curtains, when the candles dimmed low, they whispered her name like it was a mistake they were waiting to erase. She was the daughter of the king's first queen, a woman the kingdom had buried too early and mourned too quietly. A woman of fire, memory, and defiance. And Athena was her ego. Too observant, too quiet, too powerful to be pitied, and too poised to be dismissed. She didn't cry at the way the new queen looked through her like glass, or when her half-brother, born of strategy and coldness, was crowned next in line, or when her tutors taught her everything except how to bow lower than her worth. She will grow out of it, they said. She's too much like her mother, they warned. But she didn't grow out of it. She grew through it. She kept her promise. To the grave no one visits but her. To the voice in her blood that whispered, "Don't just wear the crown," became it. And then he arrived. Cavian, her new guard, unreadable, unshakable, a sword in human form, with eyes that held no alliance and a silence louder than any royal trump. He didn't speak unless she didn't blink unless he had to. And yet, something about him never felt far. He wasn't just watching her, he was witnessing her. At first, she tested him. She walked alone at night. She broke small rules. She stared too long and spoke too softly. And he never flinched. But he listened. and that was new. "You don't talk much," she said once. "Not until it matters," he replied. There were nights she stood at the edge of her balcony, barefoot in the cold, and she did whisper her mother's name into the stars, just to feel someone say it again, even if only in memory. And always, a few steps behind, Kavian stood, not asking, not offering, just existing in the same silence she had learned to live with. Until that night, when the court announced her arranged marriage to a man with polished shoes and empty promises, a prince from a kingdom that didn't even know how to pronounce her name. She didn't cry, she didn't scream, she ran. Not into the woods, but into the training yard, where Kavian stood alone under moonlight, his fists raw from war against shadow. She didn't speak right away. He didn't move. But the air between them crackled like something holy was breaking. "If I asked you to run with me," she said softly, "would you?" He turned, just once, just enough. "Yes." "Why?" "Because I wouldn't let you run alone." But when the horses were ready and the clock was fastened, the guards were asleep, Kavian didn't follow. "You said you did come." "I did." "Then why are you stopping me?" His voice was gentle then, it didn't even break the night. "Because the girl I love isn't the one who runs. She's the one who was born to make them kneel." And something in her cracked, but not the way it used to, not into pieces. This time, it cracked open. She walked back, past the guards, past the servants who averted their eyes, back into the throne room, where the court still plotted in velvet chairs and gold lies. And this time, she didn't want or wait for permission. "I was born from the woman you tried to erase, and I am not your shadow. I am the storm you kept pretending wouldn't come. You made my brother your heir, but I am your reckoning." They tried to object, but Kavian stepped into view, and that was enough. They didn't speak again. The wedding was called off. The prince sent home, her brother exiled to the north provinces to grow. And Athena, she didn't just inherit the crown, she rewrote what it meant to wear one. They say she never married, that she ruled alone, but that's not true, because Cavian never left her side. He stood one step behind her throne, not in chairs, not in duty, but in devotion. And when the people looked upon their queen, they saw two things: a woman born of fire, and the man who never let her forget it. Story end. Epilogue. They say she ruled with silence sharper than swords, that she rebuilt the kingdom not with gold but with memories, that she made them bow not with fear but with awe, and that in the end the only man she ever truly loved was the one who reminded her not who she could have been, but who she already was. She almost ran, but he made her rein. If her story left a mark on your heart, then stay here in Velvet Whispers. Every crown is carved from heartbreak, and every story remembers the girl the world tried to forget. Subscribe to keep listening, because some stories don't end, they echo. Thank you and good night.